Network.
Last night, it was all about Aaron Judge. Every movement he made, people's eyes were on him. First at bat, it didn't go well. Then, a single up the middle. And the last two plate appearances, of course, they ended up with walks. So, Judge still sits at 61. And despite some rain, it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Baltimore Orioles in the middle game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill and David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees lost 2-1 last night to the Orioles, and everybody's waiting for that home run, but they got another home run, Paul.
Yeah, Oswaldo Cabrera all of a sudden is a big part of this Yankee offense in September. He's up there with everybody, slugging and average. After a good at bat early in the game, well, in the fifth, he hit the seats. And again, I mean, you take an opportunity with a young kid just coming up. He has made the most of it, and he is a big part of this Yankee lineup.
Look at these numbers. Last 17 games, 328, 5 homers, 14 ribbies, and the slugging number 656. That's the fifth best in the American League since September 10th. Anybody with 60 or more plate appearances. Now, today's Yankee starting pitcher is Nestor Cortes, an all-star at the break. He's been an all-star all year. In fact, he's been pretty darn good since he entered the rotation last year, so he'll get the start, and he's going to be prominent in the Yankee postseason plans.
Well, he hasn't missed a beat, too. He got a little vacation, I guess, there, you could say. A little bit of a strain growing, but nonetheless, they controlled his innings. He came right back, and his last couple of starts have been right on where he needs to be. And the thing about Nestor is he's fearless out there. Sure, he can trick you with some curveballs and some cutters, but when you get looking for that, he'll throw it right down the middle, right on by you. Sneaky fast, knows what he's doing out there. A great story this year for the Yankees.
I'll take a look at these numbers. 2.56 ERA this season. That's the best by any Yankee since the wild card era began in 95. 0.78 ERA, 190 batting average against by the Orioles. That's since 2021 in 4 starts. And in his last 11 starts, well, everything is sparkling. He looks very, very good. Well, the Yankees got some bad news yesterday. Clay Holmes will not pitch for the rest of the regular season. Postseason, that's a different story. Meredith Morakovich spoke with Holmes when we get back.
On Yes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Morakovich. The Yankees bullpen suffered a couple of hits last night. Zach Britton was placed on the 60-day IL today with shoulder fatigue, and we learned after the game that Clay Holmes, who had pitched just once in a week, was also dealing with some shoulder issues of his own. I caught up with Holmes after the game to find out more.
First game there in Toronto, that last inning, just kind of felt, a little more than normal soreness. Obviously was able to pitch with it, but I got that inning and just felt like it's kind of in a spot where maybe I wouldn't be quite as effective in the next inning. So just kind of, said something, and we just kind of did some further tests. Got an MRI, just kind of see what was going on, and nothing that's too worrisome, but just kind of where we're at in the season and maybe the workload that's coming. We just wanted to play it smart and make sure it's right before the postseason comes up.
Both Aaron Boone and Clay Holmes are extremely optimistic that he is going to be in play come the ALDS, but really they won't know until he picks up a ball again. Right now, a lot of question marks when it comes to the back end of that Yankees bullpen. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, we'll be joined by Michael Kay, Paul O'Neill, and David Cohn. They'll have the call of the game after the break.
The weather has cleared here in New York City. To some extent, the lights are on here at the stadium, and all eyes again will be on Aaron Judge. Let's take a look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. It's 57 degrees, chance of rain. Well, that's not good. 100%, humidity 92%, the wind not much, out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Yankees lost last night 2-1. This is the penultimate game of the home season. Tomorrow will be game 81. Today is game 80 here at the stadium. The Yankees have been dominant here in the Bronx. A part of the reason is number 99. He's been dominant the entire season. And Paul, sometimes I think since we're right in the middle of it, we can't really appreciate it. But when you take a step back and look at the broad scope of it, what Judge has done this year is really magnificent.
Well, we've been talking about it day in and day out, and like I said last night, I don't get tired of talking about it because I think you're right. And unless you played this game, I don't know that you can appreciate how consistent he has been, what he has meant to this team. There's not too many teams that win the American League East, and you can pick out one player that they probably would not be where they are right now if they took him off the team.
And that certainly does live up to the B in MVP. He has been incredibly valuable for this team. And you look what Shohei Ohtani is doing with the Angels, especially recently. It's just off the charts. But Judge leads in WAR, and really he's led this team.
Well, he has. And it gives you reason to watch. Football season's here. College football's on. We're paying attention because of that guy running out to the outfield today.
Absolutely. So he'll get some love when he gets out there from the judges' chambers and the bleacher creatures. He is the man of the hour. He is the man of the 2022 season. And the Yankee fans cannot shower him with enough love, and they've certainly done that. So as the Yankees take the field, we'll take a look at the Orioles starting lineup. Brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. The rookie Gunnar Henderson is at third base leading off. Ryan Mountcastle at first. Adley Rutschman will DH today. He'll bat third. Cleaning up right fielder Austin Hayes. It's Ryan McKenna in left. Cedric Mullins in center. Jorge Mateo plays short. Former Yankee Rougned Odor plays second base, and Robinson Chirinos behind the plate, batting ninth.
And Nestor Cortez towing the slab of the boogie down here. Be his 28th start on the season. The numbers are great across the board. Opponents hitting just 195 against him this year.
David, let's check out the pitcher scatter report brought to you by Northwell.
Well, his best pitch is the invisible. His four-seamer's invisible, Paulie, sometimes. You think about it. I mean, they'll throw it right down the middle, and guys just don't see it. They swing right through it. A 162 batting average against that four-seam fastball this year. And, oh, my, well, against the Orioles this year, he's had 2 starts, 11 innings pitched, no runs, 19 strikeouts. And today he's tuning up because he's going to be right in the middle of the playoff rotation for the Yankees.
And a souvenir from Aaron Judge, not nearly as valuable as home run number 62. It was dropped, but look, get it, get a hold of it. Defense brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. We saw Judge in right, Bader in center, Cabrera's over in left. We go the other way in the infield. Donaldson, Peraza, Torres, and Rizzo. Higashioka behind the plate. Nestor Cortez is on the mound. Cortez is ready. Henderson's ready. Let's do it in the Bronx. Foul back, and we're underway. Mark Carlson is the home plate umpire. Ryan Addison at first. Dan Merzel at second. And Jordan Baker is over at third. The 0-1. 0-2.
There it is, Coney, the invisible. That fastball right down the middle of the plate. Bat never left the shoulder.
And sidewinding, and it's fouled away. David, that's your favorite Cortez, let's be honest.
He breaks it out early today against the lefty. Not a lot of hesitation there, just straight sidearm, different arm angle.
Swing and a miss, dominated the youngster, one away.
Well, I always thought it was so important if you were going to drop down and not do it all the time that you throw both your breaking ball and your fastball from that position. Pitch before fastball, then pitch a breaking ball. 1 out, 1 strikeout for Nasty Nestor.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. 1-0. Orioles got their 81st win last night. and that guarantees them a .500 record. One more win, and they'll do something no Oriole team or no team in baseball since 1900 has ever done: lose 110 or more games one season, and the next season finish over 500. 2-1.
Nobody saw that coming. Nobody predicted that. Quite the opposite, actually.
In fact, they looked at the Orioles as a dead franchise. When we were there earlier in the year, they were talking about this franchise might move to Nashville. But it could be a renaissance in Baltimore with these good young players. (3-1). 3-2. Invisible.
It's a combination of a lot of factors. He gets good carry on it, his spin, his release point, the riding action. It just surprises hitters. I guess the closest thing, Paulie, that I can compare him to, you always try to find pitchers that are comparable. For me, it was Sid Fernandez, and I know I've mentioned that before with the Mets, and I know you faced Sid Fernandez back in the day, and Sid had a similar delivery, a little bit under it, really good carry on his four-seam fastball.
Yeah, it's a really, really good comparison because you think you're right on it, and he wasn't a mid-90s fastball pitcher. It's just that you'd swing through that high fastball and just kind of shake your head and figure out why you didn't make contact.
Swing and a miss. Two-way, 2 strikeouts.
Kind of got away with a high cutter there, up and out of the zone. Little subtle nuances to Nestor's game, too. Very aggressive. All of his pitches have a purpose all around the plate. Cutters, sliders, occasional changeup.
Here's the rookie, Rushman. Much different player against left-handed pitching. 179 against lefties. 275 against righties. One and one.
It's a new feature, Paulie. I never saw a hoodie before. These guys are wearing hoodies now.
You know, it's amazing. Last night you were talking about the old wool dickies that you could wear to stay warm, and now we've upgraded to the hoodie.
Well, you can see Cortez is feeling it. One pitch away from striking out the side to open this game.
Could use a hoodie up in the booth right now.
Strike 3. Cortez strikes out the side. Judge will lead off the bottom of the first. Some of the magic of the 2022 Aaron Judge season. He has tied Roger Maris for the most home runs in American League history. They both have 61. And on this day, this very day, 61 years ago, is when Roger Maris hit his 61st home run. Well, Judge hit 62 exactly 61 years later. The Maris family is here to see it. The Judge family, of course, is here to see it as well. And the crowd here at the stadium can't wait. Judge still battling for the Triple Crown as well. He had a single yesterday, still trailing Luis Ariz of the Minnesota Twins by percentage points. But 61 home runs, 130 runs batted in. Austin Voth is the Oriole pitcher. And we welcome all of those from around the country tuning in to see Aaron Judge attempt to hit number 62. And the 1-0 outside, 2-0. 2 more walks for Judge last night. Since he hit number 60, he has a .550 on base percentage. He's walked a lot. The 2-0, and that hit Judge. So he'll take first, and the crowd is not pleased.
You got a leadoff hitter there, and you're behind as a pitcher. You expect a fastball possibly away, or there you got a breaking ball that kind of hung in there, and actually hit Aaron Judge, hopefully on the little protector. Yep, right off the elbow.
Could try to pull an Albert Bell and say, no, I'm not taking the hit by pitch. Right? Remember when Albert did that? I'm not doing that. I'm going to stay here and hit.
Wouldn't it be great if you had that right? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not taking that.
Here's Rizzo. He's been hit 199 times in his career. Moves out of the way of that one. 1-0. I guess all around the country you can go back to your regularly scheduled college football games.
I'd rather stay right here, Michael. Listen to you and Coney and watch some more Aaron Judge at bats.
I agree. So those people watching college football will get us on a split screen about 40 minutes from now. It has caught the attention of the country, especially baseball fans, so attuned to what Judge is doing. One more game at the stadium. That's the last one of the regular season. Then they will start the division series here. First 2 games at Yankee Stadium, then 2 on the road, and then if needed, game 5 would be back here in the Bronx. Chop slowly to first. They go to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. I apologize. It took a while to make the call at second because Dan Merzel never made the call, never raised his arm, just assumed he was out, and it looks like he was. Take a look at the Yankees' entire starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. Judge and Rizzo, you've seen. Torres, the second baseman, hits third. Donaldson at third will clean up. Then it's Stanton at DH, Cabrera in left, Bader in center. Higashioka will catch, and Oswald Peraza gets the start at short. So the Yankees are going to challenge that, and Judge is going to come back out of the dugout and head to second.
New York is challenging the outlaw at second base.
Well, Mountcastle took the inside lane, but you got to realize how big Aaron Judge is. Let's see if the throw beat him. It's going to go way inside. I'm just thinking, don't hit him again.
I think they're saying that the foot was off the bag. It's hard to see from that angle. The other angle might have been a little bit better. Foot is on and off. It's bang bang.
Again, it's when it enters the glove, not when it hits the pocket, right, Michael?
That's what it's always been understood to be.
Used to be understood to be the old phantom play. Especially with a guy 6'7" bearing down on you. They used to give you the phantom play to get out of the way.
That's right. The old neighborhood phantom, whatever you want to call it. As long as you were in the vicinity, Coney, you got the call.
And you can see Judge smartly did slide on the inside part of the base to make the angle more difficult for Mountcastle. But Mountcastle got the throw to Henderson, but Henderson saw 6'7", 282
After review,
sliding.
the ball in the field stands, the runner is out.
Well, you know what, Paul? They said when the ball entered the glove, because it was not on the back end of the pocket by the time he took his foot off, but it was within the confines of the leather.
That's one of those calls, Michael, that if he was called safe, they probably wouldn't overturn it, and if he's called out, they didn't overturn it. So it was just too close to call.
So here's Gleyber Torres. Rizzo's at first on the fielder's choice. That one is wrapped into left field. McKenna on the run. It's going to be over his head and roll all the way to the wall. They are waving Rizzo home. Here's the throw. Here's the play at the plate. He's in there. And moving to third on the throw is Torres. An RBI double for Torres. 1-0 Yanks.
You talk about a complete turnaround offensively. Gleyber Torres swinging the bat as well as he has all year recently. And another great swing lined into left field. With a hanger right there. And again, he didn't come around the baseball, just ripped it into left center field. And Anthony Rizzo with a good throw right here. There is going to be a play at the plate. Ball up the line. Rizzo able to sneak in there. And a good job by Gleyber Torres to follow that throw and end up at third base.
Orioles bring the infield in. Donaldson at the plate, runner at third, 1 out. High fly ball, right field. Going back, Hayes. He's on the track. He'll make the play at the wall. Tagging is Torres. He'll score easily. A sac fly for Donaldson. It's 2-0 Yanks.
I think Donaldson thought he got him into the porch right when he hit the ball, but he did get the job done. But you see a visiting player in Hayes not really knowing where he is in right field. Didn't know whether to jump, didn't know what to do. But again, a good, solid, productive at bat by Josh Donaldson.
You can see the wind kind of breezy here today at Yankee Stadium. Kind of blowing in from left as that ball sort of got pushed towards the foul line.
Stanton hits one deep to left field. There it goes! See ya! Into the bleachers. Oh, he needed that. 3-0 Yanks.
I think if you ask Aaron Boone, that's a welcome sight, because that's the one thing, another question mark, can we get him going? And a little frustration in this swing. You don't see Stanton with a bat flip very often, but watch the end of this. He knew it quick. Yeah, had enough of you, bat. Good job.
Goodness gracious. Talk about a wind cheater. Wind's blowing in from left. 447 feet.
Cabrera with a high fly ball to right center field. On the run is Hayes. He's there to make the play, and that will do it. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 2 hits. A home run off the bat of Stanton. We go to the second. 3-0 Bombers. A postseason chase with the MLB app with in-game highlights, pitch-by-pitch features, select live broadcast coverage, and more. You won't miss a beat. Download the MLB app today. Exciting first inning. 3 strikeouts by Cortez, 3 runs by the Yankees, a home run by Stanton, and the Yankees are up 3-0. Hayes fouls it back. Well, the playoff field in the American League is set. Everybody clinched yesterday. Now we just have to see how they maneuver for seeding. So it's going to be the Rays, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners. And the Mariners clinch in a dramatic way with Cal Raleigh with a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. And that's their first playoff appearance in 21 years. And around Major League Baseball, that was the highest total attendance on a Friday that they've had since COVID. And the place was jammed here yesterday. It was crazy in Seattle. Obviously, Atlanta had a sellout crowd as well. So it was a big day for baseball.
Paulie, they're doing that thing in Seattle again.
Oh boy,
those fans are nuts up there.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing different, Coney, if you remember, when we started going up there for the playoffs way back when, we were in that nasty Kingdom, and it was so loud. They didn't know what else to do. It was such a new thing. You see another strikeout by Nestor, but, you know, beautiful field there. It's become a good place to play baseball, which I didn't feel like it was back then.
All right, Paul, we need the keys to the game right now, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, let's face it. I mean, it is the home run triple crown watch for Aaron Judge. So let's get you up to date. Average 1 point behind Luis Arraez at 315. Aaron Judge 314. RBIs. He leads Ramirez from Cleveland by 8. So pretty good shape there. And home runs, well, he pretty much wrapped that one up. 23 ahead of Mike Trout.
McKenna goes deep to right, but he can't get it over the head of Judge, who hauls it in for the second out.
I know Aaron Judge is as much as going on in his mind as far as, you know, parents, Roger Maris record, this and that. He still comes out every single day and plays a complete game of baseball. He's made good throws. He had a couple good plays in Toronto, cutting a ball off. Good play here. It's just kind of a microcosm of what you have seen all year from Aaron Judge.
Here's Cedric Mullins, pitch outside. Mullins celebrating his 28th birthday today. And a bunt, push bunt, foul.
Did you see Judge had the awareness to know that that part of the fence, to keep your hand off of it? You can get cut up on that part of the fence in the old auxiliary scoreboard there. It's not the best place to bang into the wall there. Right there, you can kind of see.
Looks
popped up behind the plate. Higashioka gives it a look. And the 1-2 from the side. 2-2.
Boy, he does get a lot more break on that breaking ball from the side, Coney. He used to do it a lot against right-handed hitters.
Part of the effectiveness is the element of surprise. Saving it for a strikeout pitch. Good try there.
Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Cortez. 6 up, 6 down. Nasty Nestor indeed. We go to the bottom of the second.
Baltimore picked him up on waivers. Been pretty good over here in the O's uniform.
Well, let's check out the pitcher scatter report brought to you by Northwell.
Right on cue. On that waiver claim, a great find. He's got a good sweeper on his curveball, 6 inches above average on the horizontal break on his curveball. And of course, the Judge connection, they were teammates back in the Cape Cod League in 2012, the Brewster Whitecaps.
Now that's some digging there, Coney. I like that. That shows me you're at work. I'm really, really liking that one.
I'm at work listening to James Smythe.
Makes things a little bit easier this time of year, doesn't it?
Bader fouls it back. Well, you say good pickup, David. With the Nationals, he had a 10.13 ERA. And before that first inning, a 2.77 ERA with the Orioles. So the Orioles found something a little different. Bottom third of the order, so if anybody gets on, Aaron Judge will come to the plate again. Looks like the weather might have kept the crowd down. I don't know if people just figured it was going to get rained out. So the wings of the upper deck, they have some empty seats, obviously in the bleachers, in left field and right field, mostly full. Game was delayed for about a half hour at the start. But we have baseball here on Yes, so thanks for joining us. Let's check out the Orioles defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. McKenna in left, Mullins in center, and Hayes is in right. In the infield, Henderson, Mateo, Odor, and Mountcastle. That's third to first. The veteran Robinson Chirinos behind the plate, catching Austin Boat. Outside, 2-2.
That Stanton home run was an absolute rocket. That had to feel good. Maybe that's the one.
Didn't take long to.
Yeah, maybe that's the one,
Yeah.
Paulie. We've seen him. I mean, he's been streaky his whole career. Even the year he hit 59 home runs. It seemed like he hit a home run every game in the second half that year to get to 59. It's like all of a sudden his home runs come in bunches. So that's what the Yankees are hoping, obviously.
Bader with a fly ball left. McKenna puts it away. Looked like the wind knocked down that one. It didn't knock down Stanton's home run, though. Let's take a look at the exit velo presented by Spectrum Mobile. Go to spectrummobile.com today. 112.8 off the bat, and it was 447 feet, and that would be a home run in every park, including Yellowstone.
Against the wind today here at Yankee Stadium.
And it does tell you the skill set and level of Stanton, because he would admittedly tell you he's having a bad year. Second half has been wow. And that's his 29th home run. That's in a bad year. Oh, and 2.
Well, he got both cheeks into that one, Paulie.
Look, he is such a presence in the lineup, and I mean, it only takes one of those every once in a while to get pitchers' attention. But you remember him in the playoffs against Tampa Bay. I mean, he was just phenomenal. So you know, I have never seen, Coney, a guy that can go from hot to cold like Stanton, and it has a lot to do with me and just the very little movement forward. But you know, you watch that home run, he was very still. And just top half, just strong, just mashes the baseball.
High fly ball, deep left. Going back, McKenna, track, wall, leap, see ya. Home run hit Gashioka, his 9th of the year. It's 4-0 Yanks.
Well, all of a sudden, Higgy has kind of turned into what we saw in spring training, swinging the bat a lot better. And on the other side, you know, Trevino not swinging the bat like he was in the first half. So, again, you know, the tandem of catchers have been very, very good for the Yankees so far this year.
Nine homers now hitting .213. So it's been a climb for him. Here's Peraza, rookie shortstop, and he lines one into center field. It is a base hit. So in the big leagues, Peraza now 11 for 33. You do the math. And that's going to bring up Aaron Judge.
I was told there'd be no math.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it for you. 333. Well, as in most courtrooms, Judge comes to the plate, all rise, and that's what they're doing here in the ballpark. We welcome everybody from around the country joining us here at the Yes Network with Aaron Judge at the plate, sitting on 61 home runs. One 1-0. Judge was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Inside. So this year, of the 61 home runs, 21 of them have come with runners on base. And Peraza's on first base with one out. He has 9 home runs this year against the Orioles. And he has 35 home runs in 79 games lifetime against the Orioles. And the 2-0. Strike, 2-1. While Stanton has homered, Higashioka has homered, and they're waiting for this man to get to 62. Three and one. 122 seasons of American League Baseball, and no player has ever hit 62 home runs, and just 2 have 61. Judge and Roger Maris. Crowd doesn't want to be bothered with any pickoffs. And he walks. Much to the dismay of the crowd.
Well, it's got to be frustrating for Aaron Judge, too. I mean, you're in a 4-0 game, and you're still seeing sliders. But, Coney, you know what? Sometimes when the pressure on to throw strikes and not hear the boos, it can be added pressure on a pitcher, too, huh?
It can, absolutely. But you can see both not giving in there. Certainly cutters, sliders, pitching him backwards.
You know, Michael, you kind of broke out with, you know, and you've got to own certain teams, and Aaron Judge has hit unbelievable against Baltimore in his career. Most home runs he's hit against a team this year, 9 against the Orioles. I look back at 1961, Roger Maris owned the White Sox. He hit 13 home runs, which Gleyber Torres did a few years back in 2019 to tie the record. The all-time record was Lou Gehrig. Back in 1936, he hit 14, but that was again in 23 games back when they didn't have a lot of teams.
First and second, one out. Here's Rizzo. Fouled away.
There's that sweeper that didn't sweep, Coney. That little slider just kind of stays there. And Higgy's staying with the baseball so much better. You know, you're seeing him line balls to right field, left field. Got that one elevated. Ends up in the seats.
0-2 on Rizzo. (4-0) Yankees. First and second, one man out here in the bottom of the second inning on an overcast afternoon at Yankee Stadium. The lights are on. Half-hour rain delay at the start. The 0-2. Still 0-2.
Did you drop a Yellowstone Park reference?
Yeah.
On Stanton?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I think that slipped right by me, Paulie.
That's quite a park. You go deep in Yellowstone, you got some pop.
You need some serious exit velo. And there it is, hit by pitch number 200 in his career. And they say check the swing, so the bases are loaded. Second Yankee hit by a pitch.
See Rizzo walked to first, but that had the sound, Coney, of that hit a bone, and that's not good. That hurts.
Rolled all the way down the third base line and hit the bag.
Fair ball.
Yes, that ended up fair off his kneecap.
Ouch. That's not good.
He kneecapped it right down the line and hit the third base bag.
Should have ran that one out. He'd have got a knock. Ouch.
And there's a strike to Torres. Torres had an RBI double at left center in the first. 75 ribbies for Torres, who really had a long period of not hitting, so he's put his numbers up to way much of a level of respectability and more. 0-2.
But it sort of equates, you know, we've seen Glaber coming on, but you know, Paulie, you know when you get hot, he's just finding the barrel of his bat so much more, hitting the ball hard, consistently, on the sweet spot.
0-2. Fly ball shallow left. Who's going to get it? Mullins does. Tagging now, and coming home is Peraza. The throw not in time. Sac fly for Torres. 5-0 Yanks.
A lot of good things happened on this play. Mullins makes a great sliding catch, but if you're Peraza and Rojas over at third base, you realize that any outfielder that leaves his feet is not going to be able to make a strong throw home. And it's all about getting back to the base and reading it, because the ball drops, you're going to score anyway.
Looks like the Orioles are coming off the field. So are they thinking that Peraza didn't touch home plate, or he left early? They think he left early, and they threw to third to double him up. He did hesitate there. Yankees don't have a challenge left, so that run is taken off the board, and we'll see on this replay.
Yeah, they challenged right away. There's 2 times you can appeal. There's one's right away. The catcher can automatically throw the ball to third base right now, where the pitcher has to get on the mound and then disengage and appeal at third. They challenged right away and got the call.
Well, I'll take the RBI away from Torres, take that run off the board for the Yankees, so the inning is over. Yankees will take the field with a 4-0 lead. Aaron Boone doesn't have any recourse because he's already used his challenge. Now, we took a deep dive on the replay, and it's a bad call by the umpires.
Couple of things, Paulie, and you know this, you've been there. The third base umpire is keen on Oswald, Peraza at third. You can't see both at the same time. It's hard for one umpire to make that call.
I think he actually fooled the umpire by kind of stumbling,
yes.
But you know, he stumbled after the ball had been caught. I mean, he was on the base, and again, there's it's a strange rule that you can just throw right there. You have replays to verify everything else, but this ball is caught now, and then he kind of stumbles, and I think that's what the third base umpire saw and called it out on that, which again on the replay shows that he was on the base.
And Boone's upset because the wasted challenge, he has no recourse right now, and that was a bad call by the ump. If he had a challenge, well, they would have seen that he was in fact on time, Peraza, and it would have been 5-0 Yankees. They still would be batting now.
You know what the recourse is, Michael, is exactly what you do. You make eye contact with the third base umpire, and you show the safe call, because you can go over at the video and you can see that the call was wrong.
That's why you have to be so judicious with the way you use your challenge. And when you use your challenge early, you have to make sure that it's a clear-cut overturn. They challenged that play at second with Judge, and although it looked as if it was the right challenge. It wasn't a clear-cut challenge, and they lost the challenge, and they also now lost a run. Here's Odor. Oh and 1. So the walk to Mateo is the first base runner against Cortez. Mateo has 34 stolen bases, tied with Mullins for the most in the American League. With the new rules next year, David, your gut feeling, 34 stolen bases should be leading the league at the All-Star break, right?
That is the interesting follow next year. Yes, we'll see how the pitchers adjust to minimum throws to first base. 2 times you can throw to first base. If you go the 3rd time, you better pick them off or it's a balk.
0-2.
I think it's gonna take some time to see the conditioning come on. We've seen in the Yankees minor league system, stolen bases are way up. They're really starting to train and condition the minor league players to get ready for the rules changes. I think Anthony Volpe had 40 stolen bases this year. Several minor leaguers, including Oswald Cabrera and Oswald Peraza, had double-digit stolen bases.
One and 2.
Did I get that right? Oswaldo and Oswald?
I think you called them Oswald both.
I called them both Oswald?
Yeah.
I messed that up?
Yep. Honest mistake, though.
Yeah.
We've had a long week. Don't give yourself a break.
Okay. You ever see the cartoon Oswald?
Yes.
It's a good cartoon.
Mm-hmm. You like it?
It was good. I used to watch it, you know, with my boy back when he was 2 or 3 years old.
Swing and a tip into the glove of Higashioka.
Coming right at you. The efficient spin of Nestor Cortez's four-seamer. Perfect backspin, almost. That's how he gets the carry in the riding action. How efficiently you spin that four-seamer.
Now, you've heard about Oswald the Rabbit, right?
Yes.
That was the original Walt Disney character, really the forerunner to Mickey Mouse. And double play. You'll have to find out about him in a moment. 6-4-3. But it's an interesting story, so stick around. You'll love it.
I got another tidbit on my side, too.
All right. Book your next trip in the Northeast early and save up to 50%. Go to Amtrak.com to book your next adventure today. By Cadillac, there's no better time to be in a Cadillac. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Well, during the between inning portion of the day, Aaron Boone went down and told Jordan Baker, "You're wrong. You were wrong. I'm telling you." He was there on time. But Boone knows he does not have the challenge, so he's just making his point to get the next call. You know, the first set of pictures we saw was Whitey Ford and Jim Palmer. And I got to tell you, Jim Palmer's in the next booth. He does the Orioles television. Josh Donaldson takes outside. Now, he's 77 years old. I'm sorry, David. I'm going to involve you in this. He looks younger than both of us by a lot.
He does.
I mean, there must be a picture of Dorian Gray hung up somewhere. That's down the left field line. Diving is McKenna, but it gets by him and it goes all the way to the wall. And Donaldson will stop at second with a leadoff double.
The ball's going to be off the end of the bat, which sometimes can fool an outfielder. A little breaking ball, and the ball has a little more spin, a little more hook when it comes off the end of the bat. McKenna not able to get there. Took a chance. That'll be a sure double either way.
And that's going to bring up Stanton. Do you want to finish up on Oswald the Rabbit?
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that, you know, there's some voices in the characters behind. The voices behind the characters are some famous people.
All right, so I will tell you exactly what the twist is with Oswald the Rabbit. So somehow the Disney Corporation lost ownership of Oswald the Rabbit, and NBC ended up owning it. So when Al Michaels was the voice of Monday Night Football on ESPN/ABC, which is owned by Disney, well, NBC wanted Al Michaels to do Sunday Night Football when they got it. And Disney said, okay, but you've got to give us back Oswald the Rabbit. So there was a trade made for Al Michaels. That one's popped up right side. Odor makes the play. Not bad, right? So
That's
the voice?
great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Is that actually true? Because that's an unbelievable story.
It's actually true that it always bothered the Disney company that they didn't own actually the first kind of version of Mickey Mouse, which was Oswald the Rabbit, and then it morphed into a mouse and Mickey Mouse. So they got it back for Al Michaels.
Wow.
I gotta let that one breathe a little bit. That's
yeah.
Deep, right?
Yours is better than mine.
And when they got the rabbit back in the company, they all shouted, "Do you believe in miracles?"
Oh, Lord.
Paul's questioning whether I'm telling lies here.
No, that's a true story.
No, you just absolutely brought it all together there. I mean, that's impressive. These are the things that I should know. I'm glad I'm doing this broadcast with you today.
There's a strike to Cabrera.
Does Oswald the Rabbit get a private jet too?
You know what? He deserves it. So this is Oswaldo Cabrera. 1-1. High fly ball. Right field. Hayes back. On the track. Now back on the grass. He'll make the catch. Tagging Donaldson. And the throw comes to third, but Donaldson makes it.
If you've seen Cabrera just miss a lot of home runs, balls that you think off the bat are home runs. And we were talking yesterday about, you know, he's only going to get stronger. Look, he uses his legs, just doesn't quite square it up. But as he gets older and he gets stronger, some of these balls are going to be home runs. You know, I'm really impressed with his swing, his ability to hit the ball away, his ability to drive the ball, elevate the inside pitch. You know, the more you see, the more you like.
Yeah, his first swing almost went deep. First at bat as a Yankee here at this stadium.
Bader. Fly ball, shallow right. Hayes coming on. Hayes makes the play. And that'll do it. The leadoff double by Donaldson is wasted. But Paul knows all about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. We go to the fourth. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture was submitted by Andrea. She and her cousins came all the way from Hawaii to see Judge hit his 60th home run at Yankee Stadium. Made the trip, I'm sure, worthwhile, right? Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Gunnar Henderson swings and misses as we start the fourth. Well, Nestor has faced the minimum 9 batters over 3 innings. He's walked 1. And that runner was erased via the double play by Chirinos.
So Oswald the cartoon.
Right.
The voice of Oswald, the main character, is Fred Savage from the Wonder Years. But my favorite character, Paulie, is Henry the Penguin. It's voiced by David Lander, Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Same voice, too.
Oh.
Really? So you go, hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Squiggy. Had a beautiful hairdo, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That voice is just, you just can't miss it.
And knew how to enter a room.
It's Henry the Penguin in the Oswald cartoon.
Two. Fouled away. Well, Gunnar Henderson by Baseball America voted the minor league player of the year. And he is part of the Orioles of what looks like now a very bright future. You've got Henderson, you've got Rushman. More on the way.
All good athletes, too.
Swing and a miss. He's been overpowered in 2 at-bats by Cortez.
Well, again, Coney said it. It is the surprise, the delivery, but it's also the ability to throw the fastball and the slider from that arm angle. Last time was the slider away for a strikeout. This time, fastball in.
So here's Mountcastle. One and 0.
11 swing and misses for Nestor Cortez out of those 43 pitches.
Paul, the magnificence of Coney right now. He is battling a leg cramp, but will not leave the booth. I mean, a really nasty one, too. He jumped up. Fouled away, 2-2.
Right in the belly of my hammy.
Oh, those are wonderful in the middle of the night, aren't they, Coney?
Oh.
You're just getting yours out of the way early today.
Dehydrated, Michael. Needs to drink
That'll
more
do
water.
it. Yeah, that'll do it.
Too much coffee.
The one in the middle of the night, you got to hop out of bed. You have to. If you stand up, it goes away. So this is David now playing through pain.
Attaboy, Coney. Looks like you're getting ready for a start.
And here's the payoff. He walked him. Second walk against 7 strikeouts for Cortez.
You can see how frustrated Nestor is with the walk. He hates to walk people. It's part of his secret sauce. It's his fearlessness on the mound.
I wonder what comes first, Coney, in your opinion, as a pitcher, though, because you always say, you know, how aggressive he is, not afraid to throw strikes. And does that come with success, or is that just the way you pitch? Because there's some guys that have unbelievable stuff that still nibble and don't want to throw strikes.
That's a great point. It's like the light bulb went on for Nestor Cortez as he bounced around from the Yankees, was on the Orioles with Buck Showalter was there. Out to Seattle for a minute. Found his way back to the Yankees, got himself in shape. Went on a velocity training program, got a little bump, a couple ticks in his fastball, and all of a sudden the light bulb went on. And he got uber aggressive with it.
One and two.
About the time too when we started measuring pitches too, Paul. With the high-speed cameras and the Rapsodo, and all of a sudden we started to see with his release point from a lower angle got pretty significant riding action. And hence the invisible. The old school theory was, you had to get your arm up like Jim Palmer in order to get that high riding fastball. You had to get on top of the ball. No, you can get underneath it and get that riding action as well. And a la Sid Fernandez back in the day and Nestor Cortez now. The old school pitching coaches used to get on you for getting underneath the ball. No, get your arm up on top. You can't, you're dropping your arm. Well, now we know differently.
Popped up. Shallow center. Oh, a nice play by Gleyber Torres for the second out.
Wow, that was a tremendous play. Sometimes you don't realize how hard that is. Bader was getting ready to dive for this ball, and he saw Gleyber Torres, so that took him out of the play. Gleyber Torres just stabs at it and makes the play.
Had to turn all the way around, too.
Stayed in bounds.
Speaking of college football, yeah.
Coney, I sent you some True Nitrogen so you would just like heal up. That's my big supplement, that keeps you young. That'll take away those cramps too, Coney. I'm going to send you another bottle, all right? I'm worried about you.
Supplements?
I think you should. I think you should just go next door and ask Jim Palmer what he does. David, I'm going to bring it all around for you. David Squiggy Lander actually was born in the Bronx, but a devout Pirate fan. And he was a scout and a minority owner for the Pirates AAA affiliate in Portland. And he ended up scouting for the Angels and the Mariners as well. Fly ball to Judge. He makes the play, and that will do it here in the fourth as Baltimore strands one.
Now do Lenny.
Coming up third in the bottom of the fourth inning, Aaron Judge will get another swing. Couple, maybe another 3-2 count. Maybe home run number 62. He is willing to face. All right, so this is a little spooky time. As you see the Audi scoreboard, Yankees lead 4-0. Judge is due up third in this inning. It is 2:38 here on the East Coast of the United States. So we looked it up today. On this day, October 1st in 1961, Roger Maris in the fourth inning of the game hit his 61st home run. And he did it at the time of 2:43 in the afternoon. Can it happen to the second when Judge breaks that record? And there's a strike to Higashioka. Hit sharply, a base hit for Higashioka. A home run and a single for the Yankee catcher as he starts off the fourth with a base hit.
You know, if this is a tryout this last week, Hickey's doing all he can to get his name in the hat going through the playoffs, swinging the bat as well as he has all year. And Coney, if you had to grade, and I know this is very hard because we watch both of them, Higgy and Trevino behind the plate defensively, what's your opinion?
Well, Higgy's very good back there. Trevino's the best in terms of framing this year. At least he ranks out at the top of the scale. But Higgy's very, very capable as well.
Here's Oswald Peraza. Oh, and 2. And Judge is on deck. And the 0-2. Grounded to third. There's 1. And there's 2 around the horn as they double up Peraza. And that'll bring up Judge. He's coming up at 2:41 in the afternoon, 2 minutes away from Rogers' 61st home run, exactly 61 years ago. We welcome all of those from around the country joining us on the Yes Network. Judge at 61 home runs. Today he's been hit by a pitch and he's walked. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
A good breaking ball, but looks like Aaron Judge was kind of in pull mode on first pitch.
The 0-1 outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. High slider. And the 1-2. 2-2. All right, now the story writes itself. It's 2:43 on the clock, the same time that Roger Maris hit number 61 on this date across the street at the old Yankee Stadium, and Maris's family is here. Judge at the plate, his family watching. A 2-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Outside, 3-2. And the payoff, swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We have played 5 here at the stadium, and the Yankees lead this one 4-0. Judge trying for 62, goes down on strikes. Amazing. Thank you, Bob. We go to the 5th inning, and Ryan McKenna jumps on the first pitch and chops it to Donaldson. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. Why don't we go around the majors and take a look what's going on? A lot of big news. The Braves 3 solo home runs off of Jacob deGrom yesterday. Defeat the Mets 5-2, flat-footed tie in the NL East. Cal Raleigh walk-off home run last night. Seattle's first playoff berth since 2001. And the Tampa Bay Rays defeated the Astros 7-3 to clinch a wild card spot. All 3 wild card spots in the American League, they have been clinched. Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Seattle. (1-0) to Cedric Mullins. So, David, you'll like this because you brought this up earlier in the year. A doctor friend of both of us, we know, just texted me, said if he had hit that home run at 243, then it's proof positive that we are living in a computer simulation. He said somebody's just playing games with us.
Do you really believe that I threw 88 pitches on Yogi Berra Day and threw a perfect game? Do you really believe that happened?
You think it's a simulation?
It's a simulation.
And we're all just pieces in the puzzle, right?
So we're talking about fate now. Just certain things are going to happen.
No. It's about somebody is like playing a video game and we're the participants in it.
Wow. Truman Show.
I'm not very good at video games either, so that's not a good thing.
No, don't worry.
I stink at video games.
No, it's like you're Pac-Man. You just move where the computer tells you to go. Strike 3, Mullins down looking. He has struck out twice on his birthday. Well, here's the playoff picture right now as it stands. So the Guardians will face the Rays. Now, this could change, but this is as of right now. And the winner of that series will start the ALDS in the Bronx against the Yankees. In Seattle and Toronto, the winner of that will start their playoff series against the Astros. It's still up in the air in the National League, because we have to find out who's going to win the National League East, and the team that wins will get the bye. The team that doesn't will be the #1 wild card seed, either the Mets or the Braves. Line drive, and over the leaping try of Peraza into left field. And Cabrera cuts it off in the gap and fires it in. So that is the first hit against Nestor Cortez, and the crowd knew it, and they're giving him a nice hand.
Well, he kind of hit the target, but ready for it, just lined into left field. And sometimes as a left fielder, you get kind of blocked out by the leaping Torres, but Cabrera does a good job to get over, cut this ball off to run it first.
Clean single.
Odor runs into Rizzo, steps on the bag, and that will do it. Here in the 5th, Orioles strand 1. They get their first hit. Yankees lead 4-0.
And the Hudson Valley. As we told you earlier, Clay Holmes is dealing with some right shoulder discomfort. He had an MRI earlier in the week that revealed a slight strain. He received a cortisone injection the other day. Both he and Aaron Boone are very optimistic that he's going to be a player in the ALDS. But guys, we won't know until he picks up a baseball. While they're encouraged now and they think a quick shutdown and a cortisone shot will do the trick, there certainly are some question marks in the back end of that Yankees bullpen heading into the postseason.
And to piggyback on that, Meredith, Zach Britton, he is not a player any longer. He's gone on the IL. The Yankees feel for him. He worked so hard to get back, but he will not be part of the playoff situation.
Correct. That was the move that was made today, and 12 months back from Tommy John surgery, Zach Britton knew that it was going to be a grind and possibly a long shot for him to be in consideration for that postseason roster. As that one slices foul. But obviously it was something he had worked towards and thought it was possible. Now, one thing he told me when he first came back was that the biggest way to have a setback is to try to throw too hard to really max out velocity-wise. And once you get in a major league game, you realize the adrenaline is up there. You're throwing a little bit harder, and it seemed to be just too much on his arm. They believe the UCL is intact, so it's nothing like that, just a little arm fatigue. But unfortunately, time is not on his side this season.
It'll be interesting because he's such a good pitcher. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. Who will go after him? Will the Yankees try to keep him? But he wanted to pitch in the postseason and be part of this, and he tried. He did try.
Give him a lot of credit. He's a gamer. Came back too soon to make that effort, compromising his potential future at it.
You know, the question, Meredith, is, you know, DJ LeMahieu yesterday got the 3 at-bats and then not in the lineup today. Was that kind of the plan, or no setbacks of any kind, huh?
No setback, Paul. That's kind of what they had mapped out for him. We confirmed after the game last night that he was taken out of the game just because they're kind of easing him into it. They didn't want to make him go a full 9 the first time out after not playing since September 4th. But LeMahieu is expected to be in the lineup tomorrow. He told me he thinks he will be in the entire time, but said the toe felt fine. He feels as though in the batter's box he can get his swing off. Whether or not that holds true the rest of the season and potentially in the postseason, well, we'll have to wait and see.
One-two count on Rizzo, leading off the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. That's just the second strikeout for both.
Once in a while you wait as a hitter for, and you think you see the spin, you expect the break, and it kind of just stays right there, and you swing underneath it, as Rizzo did there.
Swing and a miss. Well, Torres is 1 for 2. He thought he was going to be 1 for 1 with a sac fly, but the Orioles threw to third, saying that the runner left early, the runner being Oswald Peraza, and they got the call. So the sacrifice fly taken away. It turned into a double play. Yankees did not have a challenge left because they challenged the call earlier and they did not get it. So they lost their challenge, and replays clearly show that Peraza did not leave too early. Four 6-0 Yankees, 0-1-0 for the Orioles. As Torres down on strikes. I'm getting a lot of advice for you, David. Pickle juice stops leg cramps, and quinine water.
Okay.
You're allowed to add something to that quinine to just to let you know.
Okay, all right.
And I've always taken CoQ10, and that stops leg cramps.
You're a supplement guy too?
Oh yeah. Paul won me over. Look how he looks.
See that? See that?
Also supposed to be good for the eyesight, CoQ10. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just telling David about cramps. 0-1 on Donaldson. You know, it'd be funny.
We've come a long way from eating a banana in the old days.
A banana's
right?
another thing to do, yeah. If Judge ends up hitting the 62nd home run today, and this goes into a time capsule, 1,000 years people listen to it, they go, what are these lunatics talking about? Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, CoQ10.
Simulation.
Yeah. Oh, 2. Both trying to strike out the side.
It's been a long year. We're a little loopy. Well,
Yep.
you know, we all are pulling for Aaron. We want to see it. We feel him.
One, 2. 2-2.
You know, Michael and Coney, there were times as a hitter that, you know, you make an out, you feel good, you make an out, and you're thinking to myself, man, now I got to wait for 8 guys to hit before I get to grab and get another crack at it. And that's got to be Aaron Judge right now. Every time he makes an out or walks, or he's got to wait for the whole lineup to go through again before you get to walk up there again.
Those two always talking the game over, Rizzo and Judge.
Now's a good time I can send out my best wishes to John Pierce, a good friend of mine, a huge Aaron Judge fan in the hospital, recovering from surgery, watching. We wish you the best. The Prez, we call him.
Prez, I know Prez. Wow, what a great guy. Is he all right?
Yes, he's struggling, but he's hanging in there, watching the game.
Oh, great wishes. Good thought sending your way, Prez. (3-2) on Donaldson, and he works a walk. Swing and a miss. Stan with a big home run in the first inning into the left center field bleachers. Now, before the All-Star break, his OPS plus was 130, which means that he's 30% better than the average player. That's OPS, on base percentage plus slugging, and adjusted for other factors. Since the All-Star break, he's 30, OPS plus of 30. That means 70% of the league is better than him on average. That's just not Giancarlo Stanton. Those numbers just jump at you. You can't believe it's true. Up the middle, a broken bat and a base hit. Did some damage on the curveball, so he has 2 hits as Donaldson moves to second.
Well, laser in the seats and then one off the end of the bat. But, you know, the one thing that you saw in those stats, if Giancarlo Stanton makes enough contact, he's going to hit home runs, and he's going to get the ball through the infield because he hits it so hard. And, you know, the second half of the season, nearly 40% of his at-bats have been strikeouts, and you see this bat just shattered off the end of the bat. It's going to be cool in slow motion. Hang on. Wow.
Firewood. He only got a half a cheek into that one.
Those bats, when they die a hero, though, Coney, it's always a wonderful thing as a hitter. You hate to break bats, but boy, when you get a hit on it, you don't mind rubbing up another one, putting the new tape, the new pine tar.
One thing about Giancarlo Stanton, though, Paulie, and you talk about his balance, he looks like he's more solid. And, of course, that goes right to his injury, the Achilles, or what he had working in his lower half.
I always had an old hitting coach, Jose Morales, down in Puerto Rico, and he always used to tell me if you were a hitter, you should be able to, your front foot, go on tissue paper and not even tear it. That's how soft you want to land. And that's what I see Stanton doing now, kind of lunging and stomping that front foot, which causes you just to be a little bit off balance. And you got to realize when guys are throwing 95 to 100, you see there's a little balance issue right there. Much better today than it was yesterday, though.
You know, Michael, you mentioned those numbers. I go, is he healthy? Is the injury he recovered from, is he 100%? Because if he is, he can go on a run. If he starts to feel it and he can get hot, and we've seen it, especially in postseason. It's easy, so easy in today's game to give up on people, right? This guy, you know, get him out of there, you know. I mean, it's easy to say that. But he's so talented, and he can really just get on an incredible hot streak.
Two. Fly ball shallow left. Backing up is Henderson. He's there to make the play near the line for the final out. No runs a hit. And 2 men left on base. Cortez comes back out, leading 4-0. Well, here are the latest run totals from FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now and start making every moment more. Monitor Einstein scoreboard as we go to the 6th inning. Yankees 4-0. A couple of home runs for the Yankees, but neither one of them off the bat of Aaron Judge. Giancarlo Stanton and Kyle Higashioka went deep. David, so I've worked with O'Neill in the booth now 21 years, every single year of Yes, and that's the first time he's ever told the tissue paper story. He's been saving it. First time.
You got to keep them in your holster.
I guess.
You know, 20 years, 30 years, I don't know.
Early this year, he dropped a Joe Torre story on us that, you know, Joe took him out of the lineup because he didn't run hard the day before. He's saving stuff for the later years.
Well, that was a little embarrassing because I got benched because of my own doing. So I did get myself back in the lineup, but you know, it did make a point. And Coney, if you didn't hear the story, I had grounded out and didn't hustle. And the next day, righties pitching in Boston, big series. I'm not in the lineup. I go in, I said, Skip, what's up? He's like, and like the way he ran the ball out. And so we sat and talked, and I got back in the lineup, but he made a point without, you know, calling in the office, but you knew something was up.
Now, Paul, was there begging involved to get back in the lineup?
Well, I just didn't say, hey, I need to play today. He's like, oh, you're in there. But after we talked for a while, I mean, it's probably 5-10 minute conversation that he said, have a good game. We're back in. And so, you know, like I said, he got his point across, and we went on.
So why didn't you run the ball out?
I was a little frustrated. We were getting beat, and I hit the 16 hopper to the second baseman that I shouldn't have, and just habit of putting your head down and not really hustling. And you know, when you're playing bad, I don't even know if we were playing good or bad. There's certain things you have to continue to do that catch the eye of your manager.
And also at Fenway, you can almost understand it. Because if you run really hard to first and you're halfway down the right field line, you get that long walk all the way back to the third base dugout, right, Paul?
Yeah, that's it's a weird configuration, that ballpark, no doubt about it.
Well, I think you described it perfectly. You know, we see it a lot in today's game. A lot of old-time baseball fans, you know, talk about it. You got to run the ball out. You know, it's more out of frustration, right, than it is about just not trying hard. You're just so disappointed, caught up in the moment, that you end up not getting out of the box. No excuse, but that's kind of the mindset, right? I mean, you just you expect to get a hit so much. Happens on the mound too, Paul. You forget to back up a base. You give up a rocket off the wall, and you're like, you get your dauber down.
Boy, the youngster Gunnar Henderson is kind of being schooled by Nestor Cortez. He struck out 3 times.
Worked him over today, as you are correct, Michael. And then all the movements, all the drop down, and then all of a sudden, boom, right down the middle. 4-seam fastball. Wasn't looking for that one.
Yankees go with 4 outfielders against Ryan Mountcastle. Judge moves to right center. and Glaber is closest to the right field line. So Peraza moves essentially to second base. There's a strike. Well, enjoy these shifts while you can, because they will not be legal next year. You have to have 4 infielders all on the dirt, 2 on each side of second base. 0-2.
Glaber's getting an idea of what it's like to be Aaron Judge out there in the outfield.
Oh, here it is, rocking and dealing, swing and a miss. Nestor showing it all as he strikes out Mountcastle. They didn't need the 4th outfielder. Mountcastle didn't put it in play. Cortez putting on a clinic. Outie dealer today.
Well, Nasty Nestor feeling especially dirty today. Getting down and dirty and up and had him, and a lot of 4-seamers, 16 swing and misses out of his 76 pitches so far. 7 of those on the 4-seamer. And then, as Michael said, a little hesitation right on by.
You know, that last one, if Walt Frazier was in the booth, he'd be wheeling and dealing. And then he really handled the precocious neophyte Henderson. What a performance by Cortez. 1 hit in 6 innings. He puts on a show. He's not just effective, he puts on a show.
Coney, he's been so good recently, but today, you know, it's hard to pick out little specific things, but it just seemed like he had a little extra life on that fastball today. This is as good as I've seen his fastball in a while.
Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, 4-0 Yankees here in the 6th. Bottom third of the order. Anybody gets on, Judge gets another plate appearance. And there's a strike to Bader.
No, you're right, Paul. It's not just about the swing and misses on that 4-seam fastball. He got 9 called strikes with it, too. Out of 43 4-seamers he threw, 7 were whiffs, 9 were called strikes. So everything works off of that for Nestor Cortez.
Line drive, it's a base hit. Bader with a leadoff single here in the 6th.
Well, he's been a good acquisition since he's been back in the lineup. He's made some great defensive plays, started his Yankee career off with a couple big hits to help win a game. You'd love to see him go and get hot offensively, because he can do a lot of things. Sticks 16 stolen bases on the year, uses his speed, and he's just a little bit of high energy that I think this team really needed.
So here's Higashioka, average up to 217. Hit his 9th home run earlier, also has a single today, 2 for 2. New pitcher Spencer Watkins. This is Judge's reaction to Bader's hit. So he's looking down at video and looked up and knew exactly what was going on. Also knows he better get ready to get up.
I wonder if Meredith's done any intel yet on what are they doing, the circle? They all have that signal they give to each other. Looks like they're making a circle together. I know they keep it close to the vest in there. Top secret.
Well, if Meredith can't find out, it can't be found out.
I know one thing, when they play well, the circle gets bigger. When they're not playing real well, the circle's a little smaller. So right now it's rather large.
Runner goes. Ball, throw to second. Got him. Good throw by Chirinos.
Yeah, Chirinos has always been known as a defensive catcher, veteran catcher, been around for a long time. It was just kind of holding the fort down when they got him. To the young phenom, Rushman came back in.
Whoa.
A good throw, solid throw there, but maybe he got by.
Well, the Yankees are hamstrung. They do not have a challenge remaining. 2-1 on Higashioka.
Yeah, looks like got that back foot. It looked like the left foot got to the base.
And the 3-1. Chases a pitch up in the zone. 3-2. Chop right side against the shift. The base hit for Higashioka. He's 3 for 3.
Well, if you're wondering how you hit against the shift, you just watch what happens. You pull your hands in and you just guide the ball the other way. And it's not really as hard as it seems. I mean, you'll see a lot of guys in batting practice. That's intentional to hit the ball to the right side. Great piece of hitting by Higgy.
And Judge comes out on deck. Here's Peraza. 1 for 2. Single and wrapped into a double play. Grounded foul.
You look at that number 324, but the 0. But if you look at his swing, Coney, you could just see there's power there. You can see that he's going to be able to hit some home runs. I've been really impressed with just the short time that he's been here on you know, how he swings the bat, what he does at the plate.
There's 1 and there's 2. So Judge will have to wait until the 7th. An inning ending 6-6-3 double play. We'll go to the 7th. 4-0 Yanks. Just 9 games, so purchase one and enjoy the best seat locations, significant savings, and flexible payment options. For more information, log on to Yankees.com, call 212-YANKEES, or email season tickets at Yankees.com. Well, Judge was on deck, but Peraza banged into a double play to end the inning, so we'll see him in the bottom of the 7th inning at the God Bless America as he tries once again for home run number 62. Crowd just showering with love as chanting MVP out in right field. And the pitch to Rushman is low. Paul, you experienced it in 2001. I mean, what kind of mind game does it play with you where fans are just showering you with that kind of love?
Yeah, you try not to get out of you know, the focus of your game, but it's very hard because, you know, you're just not equipped mentally to go through that and not hear what's going on around you. But you know, Aaron Judge, I went through it you know, a top of an inning, half of an inning, where Aaron Judge has been going through it for a month.
You know, this fan base has seen Aaron Judge from the first day he broke in get better and better every year, work hard at his craft. The culmination of a magical year this year. All the strikeouts when we first saw him, when he first broke up, swinging at all those sliders down and away, working at it, getting better and better and better. working with the high-speed velocity pitching machines. It's kind of his trademark, Paul, really, in the minor leagues. Every year he got better and better. He obviously has a great approach at the plate. He's a really smart hitter.
Well, if you want to really check out the maturation of Judge's swing, you got to check out a story by Ken Rosenthal and Lindsay Adler in The Athletic. That they talked to his personal hitting coach as Rushman down on strikes. And David, you've taken a deep dive too, and his swing almost is the mirror image of Barry Bonds.
Very similar. Growing up in the San Francisco area, that's who he idolized and watched as a kid. It was Barry Bonds, and Barry Bonds had very little movement lower half, kind of the old school, what we call spin and grin. Been a lot of spinning and grinning for Aaron Judge this year. There's not a lot of sway, not a lot of head movement. Kind of coiling on his back leg, his back hip.
There's a strike.
That's how when you're 6'7", you can get so short and quick to the baseball, especially inside pitches.
Little humpback line drive caught by Torres. Now we turn Judge around to lefty to sync it up. Here it is, David.
Notice the head. In golf, they call it keeping your head behind the ball. But there is very little sway in there. Not a lot of weight shift, just kind of a spin and a grin. Just spinning.
Judge seems like he has a little bit more of a leg kick than Bonds did. Bonds kind of slid the leg back, but pretty remarkable how the swing arcs are almost the same.
Yes, the plane that they swing on.
Remember, Coney, Bonds used to actually choke up a little bit, and he used a very short bat, so it was almost impossible for a pitcher to get inside on him because he was so quick to that inside pitch.
One and two.
You know, hitters, and Paulie talked about it a lot. You know, you think about the barrel of the bat being short to the ball, and hitters talk about swinging down on the ball, but what you're really doing is getting on plane. What your swing thought is and what you're really doing are two different things sometimes.
Ground ball to Torres. What an incredible 7 innings for Nestor Cortez. Just amazing. 1 hit, 11 strikeouts. After 6.5, Judge will lead off the bottom of the 7th. Thank you, Bob and Jack. Yes, Aaron Judge is going to lead off so far today. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, walked in the second, looked a little anxious for the first time in the 4th inning when he struck out. And now, again, the 4th plate appearance where he will try to connect for home run number 62 and stand alone on the American League home run leaderboard. So since he hit his 60th, he's had 43 plate appearances. He is 7 for 26, on base percentage over 500, slugging over 500. Just 1 home run, that was the 61st in Toronto. 2 ribbies and 7 runs scored. And I guess, David, some will make the case, although Aaron Boone doesn't agree, that people have not given him anything to hit. But they have certainly pitched him carefully, as if it's the 7th game of the World Series every time they face him.
Yeah, no, they're pitching him straight up and like an MVP. But notice that the Yankees scored 3 runs in the first, and Aaron Judge leading off got on base with a hit by pitch. So once again, kind of leading the charge as a leadoff hitter, whether he gets a hit or walks or gets on base by any means.
Well, for those tuning in from around the country, welcome to the Yes Network as Aaron Judge takes another shot at number 62. And all rise here at the stadium for Judge's at bat. The Judge family. Spencer Watkins on the mound, and he deals. October 1st, we told you Maris hit his 61st. Also on October 1st, 90 years ago, Babe Ruth with his called shot in the World Series. And the 1-0. Now, Judge is 2 for 3 against Watkins with a home run and a double. Count 2-0. He's staying away, 3-0. Well, he obviously has the green light. And the pitch. Foul back. 3-1.
You see everything today has been away. That little cut fastball still pounding the outside part of the plate.
Watkins sets. Deals the 3-1. He walked him. Another walk to Aaron Judge. So this has been a no-contact day with a hit by pitch, 2 walks, and a strikeout.
Kind of a non-competitive at bat there. I mean, the Baltimore Orioles they were eliminated from the playoffs. You would expect a little bit more, especially behind in the count, to try to go after Aaron Judge.
Well, they are chanting a non-flattering chant toward Watkins right now. We look at Judge and we think superhuman what he's done, but there's no way that he is not feeling some level of pressure. He wants to get it done here at home, and they're not giving him pitches that he can drive. So it's got to be frustrating a little bit for him, Paul.
Well, there's no doubt. And then what you do is, do you expand your zone? No, you don't. And he did last time up, ended up striking out on a slider off the plate down. So he has not had much to hit today.
Let's take a look at the Honda home run leaders. And this is against any opponent. Judge has 35 against the Orioles. Trout 33 against the Mariners. And J.D. Martinez 30 also against the Orioles. So Judge homers every 8.4 at bats against Baltimore. But none last night. And none so far today. Drilled deep to right field. A foul.
You saw those numbers. That's why they moved the left field fence back at Camden Yards. Got tired of giving up all those homers.
Now, if you want to do the calculus, will Judge come up again? Well, he gets another plate appearance in the 8th if the Yankees send up 4 more than the minimum during the 7th and the 8th. There's a base hit for Rizzo as Judge moves to second.
For Anthony Rizzo, you see the ball away, you hit the ball away. I just love to see left-handers. I mean, he took a chance before, but just to adjust the way people are throwing, they're going after you. Great at bat by Anthony Rizzo.
Judge and Odor playfully talking at second base, teammates with the Yankees last year. Ripped into right center field. It is a base hit. Hayes cuts it off. Here comes Judge. He'll score. Moving to third is Rizzo. He'll get there. And going to second on the throw is Torres. Another RBI. And the Yankees lead 5-0.
Another RBI, another great swing, but to Coney's point, another walk and kind of setting the table to score another run if you're Aaron Judge. And, you know, if that's the way it's going to be, Rizzo, Torres, guys behind him, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. Gleyber Torres is on fire. This great extension, did not commit to pull the ball early.
Super shot.
Infield's in for Donaldson. Pitch inside. Also a very dainty touching of third base by Rizzo. Just reached out with a finger and touched it after he slid to the home plate side of the bag. 2-0. Yankees have 11 hits. Orioles have just 1. Yankees lead 5-0. Second, third, nobody out. – 3-0 on Josh Donaldson.
I think you're right, Paul. It seemed like, you know, Rizzo locked it in. You walk Judge, kind of non-competitive. And the boys behind him are going, okay, we're going to give you some parting gifts now.
Like karma, right, Coney? You don't want to give up one to Judge. Here, we'll throw a couple on you anyway.
Line drive to left field. It's a base hit. Picked there by McKenna. Scoring is Rizzo. The throw comes all the way home. They'll throw to second. He's safe. And coming home is Torres to score another run. 7-0 Yanks.
Another good solid at bat for Donaldson. He's had good ones today, and I was very interested to see 3-0, what he would do with Donaldson. He threw a ball away with some spin on it to Judge. He threw Donaldson a four-seamer right down the middle.
Boys said game on.
That was not textbook defense by the Orioles.
Can't say enough about Rizzo's approach there. I think he set the tone. Love Rizzo batting right behind Judge.
And there's a strike to Stanton.
That's probably what you're going to see all the way through right there.
Ground ball is short. Mateo. Donaldson goes back to second. One away.
The best deal in mobile. Get unlimited for only $29.99. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
Here's Oswaldo Cabrera.
With this rally, if my math is correct, I think we've assured to see Judge in the 8th. Am I right?
Unless it's a DP right here, yes. One out. Donaldson at second. Cabrera fouls it back. Cabrera's 0 for 3 today. Well, the weather has certainly cooperated. It's kind of been overcast all afternoon. The start of the game delayed by a half hour, but the rain has held up. The lights are on. And the Yankees are leading 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Strike 3. Cabrera down looking. 2 away. Ripped into left field off the bat of Bader. It's a base hit. It'll go to the wall. McKenna plays it out there. Donaldson scores easily. It's an RBI double for Bader, and it is 8-0 Yanks.
You really can't say enough about the Yankees team at bats as a whole today. I mean, you've seen great at bats pretty much up and down the lineup. And another one here, a hanging breaking ball. Bader just hammers it to left field.
It's important for Bader to get something tangible to show for his at-bats. Doesn't have a whole lot of time to ramp up here in the last couple of weeks, so good sign.
So here's Higashioka. He's 3 for 3. Average now at 220. Couple of singles and a home run. Right in on the hands. Foul ball. 0-1. They just called them up today. Jacob Barnes is warming for the Yankees. He replaced Zach Britton on the roster.
Oh. Like a pinball machine there, off the knee, off the other leg, down the shin.
One and one. Two and one. Take a look at his home run in the second inning. StatCast 3D, presented by Google Cloud. 102.3. Exit velo, travel 395 feet. Home run in 29 of 30 parks. Camden Yards is the only one that would not have gone out. That one is ripped into left center field. Mullins got a great jump to run it down for the final out. But the Yankees get 4 more runs. Judge will bat in the 8th. Yankees lead 8-0. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Northwell, who reminds you it doesn't kill to ask about unlocked guns. Get tips for asking at northwell.edu/lockguns. And by FanDuel Sportsbook, make every moment more. Well, the guy on the right has the back of the guy on the left. So Judge was up at the plate in the 7th inning, really didn't have a pitch to hit. It wasn't a competitive at bat, as Paul said. But you saw, David, what Rizzo did, and that was kind of payback.
Yes, I mean, it was game on at that point.
Mullins against Cortez, 0-1.
I guess think of it this way, that, you know, somewhat of a meaningless game, right? In terms of the standings, things are set. The Orioles have had a good year. Aaron Judge walks. Rizzo comes up and says, okay, I'm going to slow walk at the home plate. I'm going to try to bunt down the third base line. And then I'm going to hit it the other way, too. His whole approach was, you know what, I'm going to get on base by any means necessary. And we're going to put an inning on it. And they did. At the end of the inning, it's 4 runs on the board.
1-1 on Mullins. Well, the two of them are very close, but even if they weren't close, that's a big-time teammate thing to do.
I just don't, you don't see, the shift was on. And in this game, you're up 4-0 at the point. Trying to bunt down the third base line in this game, Paulie. I mean, that was a message.
Yeah.
That was like, you know what? Okay.
1-2.
You don't want to pitch to our guy, we're going to put some earned runs on you.
And you know what, Coney, to your point, I don't know Spencer Watkins. I mean, I know that he kind of pitched around Aaron Judge, and you just got to realize that, you know, the 50,000 people here and the million people watching aren't there to watch you just throw sliders away. I mean, they want to see you go after history and walk off the mound proud if you went after him and struck him out.
Well, Nestor Cortez going to walk off the mound proud right now. 12 strikeouts. He allowed 1 hit. He was absolutely magnificent. Listen.
Anthony Rizzo got locked in a little bit here, and even pulling that right there, fake bunting, thinking about bunting in this particular game, tries to launch, and then right to, you know what, I'm going the other way. But just a little more locked in, Paul, and then this conversation at first. I don't know. Just trying to read the tea leaves maybe a little bit.
And he also stepped out when they were chanting a somewhat obscene chant at Spencer Watkins. So Jacob Barnes called up today after they put Britton on the IL. And that's what Jacob did with Detroit in AAA at 2.12 ERA in 18 games. I know that each of these games is about Aaron Judge and the pursuit of 62, but we got to talk about that guy. I mean, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk, just 1 hit. A Mateo single just over the leaping try of Peraza with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Cortez was just amazing. And it looks like he could finish the season 12-4 with the best ERA of any Yankee pitcher since the wild card started in 1995. He supplanted you, David, for that honor.
If you think about the format that the Yankees are facing and the potential pitching rotation in the lineup with the off days, it's interesting.
Popped up. Rizzo. 2 outs.
You got a 5-game series, Paul. You start Garrett Cole in game 1, then you get an off day. You start Nestor Cortez in game 2 after the off day, and now that lines him up for a game 5. And Cole back to game 4, if necessary.
Because there's also an off day between 2 and 3. It's a weirdly scheduled series. So Cole would start on normal rest for game 4, and I guess Cortez would go with short rest in game 5.
So who you pitch second would line up for your potential showdown in a game 5 if necessary.
You always like spreading lefty-righty too, because it does change the lineup and the look on to another team, especially in a short series, right?
I think so. I think matchups matter, obviously. But you could probably even speak to that better in terms of stylistically, you know, seeing the diversity of styles coming at you in game 1, game 2. Cole, the right-handed power guy, Nestor. And you come back with Luis Severino possibly in game 3. Or you have Jamison Tyone in the mix as well. But the game 2 starter lines up for game 5.
That one just got Odor on the way by, so he'll take first base, hit by pitch.
This must have just have grazed the uniform, which it did. Take Odor long to grow that beard back, did it, Michael?
A couple of days, I think.
That's it.
So here's Chirinos against Barnes. Popped up and out of play. We'll see Judge in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Nonetheless, the Yankees rotation's looking pretty good because of Luis Severino's back and has thrown well. Jamison Tyon's thrown well. And of course, Nasty Nestor making a statement again here today.
Just out of nowhere, he's become an incredible pitcher for the Yankees. Orioles said no. Seattle said no. Yankees actually said no at one point. We're good. Then they got back here and something clicked, and they were the beneficiaries of it. Chopped to short. And that'll do it in the top of the 8th inning. Well, Peraza is going to lead off, and then it goes to this man, number 99, trying to hit number 62. It's a game of numbers, and that man is aiming for one of the great numbers in American League history. Can he do it? Stay tuned. Find out. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. And by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. All Yankees in this one as they lead 8-0. A brilliant performance. 7 in the 3rd innings by Nestor Cortez. 1 hit, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts. Spencer Watkins still in there, and Peraza will lead off. Judge on deck. Yeah, everything that followed the Judge walk, does Watkins pitch him differently now? Is he swayed by what the crowd did and how the Yankees jumped on him after that? Ground ball, third base, Henderson. Well, here's Judge, probably the final plate appearance of this Saturday afternoon game. And once again, the crowd on its feet to see if he could achieve this amazing feat of 62 home runs. It would be 61 years to the day that Roger Maris hit 61 right across the street. Judge has walked twice, was hit by a pitch, and struck out. We welcome all of those from around the country tuning to the Yes Network. Upstairs, 1-0. Watkins didn't like that ball. He tosses it into the Yankee dugout and gets another specially marked up ball that they put in when Judge comes to the plate. Two and 0. And the pitch outside, 3-0. Watkins is hearing it from this crowd. High fly ball, right field. Hayes on the run toward the line. It's in the seats, foul.
Got a 3-0 fastball.
Just underneath. Again, he has been pitched away away all day.
And the 3-1. Skied the other way, foul. And another 3-2 count on Aaron Judge.
Well, that was a four-seam fastball. That's meant to be thrown as a strike, not pitching and rounding there. That pitch right there is a pitch that he can handle.
And the payoff. Swing and a miss. Judge strikes out. And in all likelihood, we'll have to wait until tomorrow for another try. And again, the crowd, as has been the custom, they head for the exits. An announced crowd today of 45,428.
You give Watkins credit there. He did come after him after falling down 3-0.
Yeah, both for a four-seamer and got him with a two-seamer. But yeah, both of them in the strike zone.
Oh-1 on Rizzo. Rizzo 1 for 3, hit by a pitch, scored a run. Up the middle, almost got Watkins right over the bag and into center field. A single for Anthony Rizzo. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Now here's Gleyber Torres. Gleyber's 2 for 4. 2 runs scored, 2 ribbies. Yankees lead 8-0. The Rizzo single, Yankees' 14th hit of the afternoon. Skied right side. Out of play. Popped up, shallow right center, backpedaling is Odor. He's there and makes the play. No runs a hit, 1 man left on base. We go to the 9th.
This, and boy, don't blink because it's gone. Stanton, one of the better swings he's had in a while. Hopefully this is one that will get him going. First inning. Big home run for Stanton, your play of the game.
And Marwin Gonzalez takes over in right field as they give Judge half an inning off. He has played 50 straight games. Henderson takes outside from Barnes. Henderson just thrilled that Cortez no longer in. He struck out 3 times against Nestor. Nestor, by the way, finishes this season with a 2.44 ERA. And that's the lowest ERA by a Yankee starting pitcher since Guidry's in 1978, which was sub 2. Now, Paul, we have to send out birthday wishes to somebody that you'll be tied to forever in Yankee history. Roberto Kelly, who was traded to the Reds for you, turns 58 today.
Nice.
And a guy who played on this very piece of real estate when it was a park, Rod Carew, turns 77 today. Swing and a miss. That is a rough day for the rookie Gunnar Henderson. the golden sombrero. Hey fans, you're not going to want to miss today's W.B. Mason Yankees postgame for highlights, analysis, and clubhouse reaction, plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report and much more.
The Yankees with this win will move to 97 and 60. And these games do still have some meaning, theoretically speaking, for World Series home field advantage.
Mountcastle loops one into right field, a base hit. Hey, tomorrow afternoon on Yes, the Yankees wrap up the series against the Orioles as Aaron Judge continues his quest for the Triple Crown and for home run number 62, and Luis Severino scheduled to get the start. Full pregame coverage begins at 12:30 with first pitch scheduled for just after 1:30 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. One more birthday to get in. I feel like Mr. Rizzuto, Lou Trevino of the Yankees, his 31st birthday.
Yes.
He's pitched very well since coming over in that trade with the A's. And that one is sliced the other way off the bat of Rutschman. It's a base hit. Cutting it off is Cabrera. Moving to third is Mountcastle. It'll be a double for Rutschman. And the Orioles have runners on second and third and one out.
You talked about it earlier in the broadcast, how Rutschman, his splits much better hitting left-handed as he laces this to left field. Cabrera doesn't come up with it. Probably didn't change the outcome of the play, though. Ball going down the line.
You know, this time of the year, you always hear, well, this team has an easy schedule down the stretch. This team has the toughest schedule down the stretch. Doesn't always play out that way. You know, you look up at the scoreboard here in right center and you see the Washington Nationals having an abysmal year, beating up on the Phillies 9-4 in the bottom of the seventh inning with the bases loaded. And the Phillies need to win these games, and they're losing to the Nationals. So anything could happen on any given day, no matter how good or bad the team is. Grounded right back to Barnes, checks the runner, flips to first. And the Orioles are down to their final out as Hayes is retired. So here is Ryan McKenna, 0 for 3. Orioles have 3 hits, 2 of them in this inning. Only 1 against Cortez and 7 1/3. Yankees lead 8-0, so they need to get McKenna to keep the shutout. Pitch is high. And Aaron Judge on to tomorrow. And certainly not close to running out of time. There's still 4 more games in Texas against the Rangers, so there's a certain amount of pressure wanting to do it here. But wherever he gets it done, if he gets it done, it'll be significant and meaningful to him and to baseball. 2-1.
Well, the Braves and the Mets are tied right now with a 98 and 59 record. So the Yankees are 1 game behind both of those teams right now. So theoretically, it means something. If they were to meet in the World Series, who had the better record would get home field advantage. So there's still that in play.
Two and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 9th inning. Just missed. 3-2. And the payoff. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. As the Yankees shut out the Orioles by a score of 8-0. Aaron Judge kept in the ballpark, so he's still at 61. And the Yankees are at 97 wins on the season. And the story will be Nestor Cortez and obviously the home run by Stanton.
Yeah, Stanton's swing was really dynamic today. Hit it 454 feet into the wind. And Nestor Cortez struck out 10 and only gave him 1 hit. Looked very sharp today.
Paul, seeing any frustration from Judge?
Well, you're seeing him kind of a little bit in the pull mode, but I mean, it's so natural. He wants to get it done. You know, are you disappointed? For sure. But so many good things happened on the field today for the Yankees as far as good at bats, good pitching. This is just a good game overall from the whole team.
Well, Aaron Boone trying to round his team into shape as the playoffs approach. So the Yankees win 8-0. We'll come back in a post game after that.